Mga kaibigan, kumusta kayo dyan? Nandito na naman si Lori Mabolo, host ng Comcast Channel 27, na babati sa iyo, makikipag-usap sa iyo tungkol sa ating mga natatanging mga estudyante dito sa Vallejo. Natatangi dahil sa kanilang grade point average at sa kanilang pinanggalingan at pupuntahan ng universidad ay iisa. Maganda yata ang pagkakaibigan ng mga ito. Kaya pag-Tagalog tayo, marunong sila na nakapagtataka at mag-English pa rin. So, let's go on with the program. And we have here the three ladies, with the grade point average that is very admirable, and their ability to be together here, and their purpose again of being together in Berkeley. And that is giving me an opportunity to think of something that they're gonna do when they are in Berkeley. And I will tell that to you after the interview, ladies, because it's something that's paving its way. And you'll be surprised how Providence bring us together today. We have here three of them, and they are
Salka Cosme, Roseanne Fabelar, and I'm Mary Falcon.
Yes, and we will talk about their schooling first. Why did they go to Bethel? Why did they prefer Bethel to any other school? Why they were there, and how come that they had that kind of grade point average? They might be excelling. How? Why? Show it, tell it, ladies, so that the others may follow or might exceed what you have done. Start, my dear.
Well, when Hogan High closed down, I was transferred into Bethel, and it didn't really matter what school I was going to. It was more like what I wanted to do at school and how I wanted to benefit from it. And the way I saw it, there was some, even though people saw Vallejo as a city with no opportunity, it was actually wrong, because I played tennis and I did badminton, and I also did a lot of community work to outreach a lot of the community around me.
Can you add some more?
Yeah, it's exactly what Salka said. How Vallejo, like, even though we are we're bankrupt and we don't have a lot of resources available to us, you have to seize every opportunity. And to me, Bethel gave me that. I wanted to go there personally because it was my family school. My cousins went there and my sister went there, and yeah, so I looked up to them for like guidance in the way, like what classes to take and stuff. So I was really fortunate in that way. But yeah, I had to. I was the first one to get into university in my family, so it was a big deal. And so I guess I had to look at myself more. I couldn't really use him as a role model. I had to make sure that I was on top of everything and that I was active in my community, which was something I really enjoyed. And of course, like, I had friends like these who were also like striving hard, and so that gave me some company. So.
Amazing, amazing. And some more, my dear?
I went to Bethel because, like, my family, we live close to it, and we're here in Vallejo. And also, adding on to theirs, I wanted to do good at Bethel. I didn't want to be just an ordinary student. I wanted to be someone in the community who could help out others and make a difference in the community. Also, I wanted to be a good role model for my younger siblings, because I'm the eldest, so I wanted to take, like, most of the challenging courses, like, challenge myself, and also be involved in the community and juggle that with my various extracurriculars, and also just follow my heart and do what I want to do.
There is a saying, amazing. There is a saying that perspiration and inspiration go together in certain ratio. Did you ever think of that? Perspiration and inspiration. Did you put so much feelings in your studies? And if I were many years back, I could have admired your statements right away, because those kinds of statements were not often heard during our times. And I'm now amazed and surprised by myself, but I'm glad that we are a part of this now. So, what courses did you have in mind, and why did you select that course? Do you have specific reasons for that? Now let's start from Mary Jane.
Okay. Well, entering college, the courses I selected so far right now were math and chemistry. I know math will be beneficial to me in trying to pursue my major and also in helping me get to medical school. And chemistry is also going to be beneficial, and with working at Berkeley or studying there with their #1 chemistry program, that's going to be really helpful. And also I'm planning on taking sociology just so I could learn to interact with others and just find this the development of others.
Do you think that course that you're gonna pursue will have a good effect in our community?
Okay.
You first. You go ahead. You continue.
Yeah, I believe if I do well in them, of course I'm gonna strive to do well, and get to a graduate school. I'll be able to give back to the community when I return.
Okay, now it's your turn.
For my first semester at Berkeley, I signed up for pretty general classes because coming into college, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, and I found that that's okay. You may not know what you want to do, so I'm taking this opportunity to explore, but I know a big passion for mine. That's why I applied for UC Berkeley under religious studies, because I originally planned on being a church coordinator because I'm very active in my church, and I love working on retreats and the volunteer work we do at homeless shelters and such, and it's really nice to give back. And so I know whatever I end up doing, whether it's that or computer science or what have you, I definitely want to be active in my church community and any other community.
And your turn?
Going into Berkeley, I decided to do math and chem, and it's all because I want to go to a medical school after we graduate as an undergrad. And the reason for that is because just helping out in the community, I realized that I really just do like kids, and I like helping kids out. And I have a passion for just being a role model for them, and for them to have something to look at, or for them to have someone by their side. And going to high school, I took a lot of biological sciences, and I also realized I have passion for that. And I thought, what would be a better way to help the community and to reach out to where I was born in the Philippines, and go to medical school and be a pediatrician, and to go back there and just help those people who need it.
What an opportunity. And how lofty are those ideals. And I hope and pray that they will be fulfilled.
I hope so too.
And so, do you think your church will affect your performance? Was that, you are the one having a church? Was it you? Yeah. Do you think your church will affect your performance later?
I think definitely it will affect me in the sense that it'll support me in whatever I do, because coming from the Philippines, we're very Catholic there and everyone's open about it, and so I've kind of carried those ideals, the same ideals that I've grown, I've gained since I was little. And yeah, so I know the church will be there for me, and like God will be there for me, and that yeah, the church will help.
Yeah, so you're telling me you are a Catholic.
I'm a part of. We welcome all religions, just so that all religions, we welcome them, and we just want to give a chance for everyone to experience God and His love. And yeah, I don't have anything against other religions, but I stay true to the ideals by Catholic faith of doing good by your neighbor and doing like.
Sure, that you're a
your
Christian.
parents. Yes. Yeah.
That's the way to be a Christian. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you say, my dear?
Pretty much like Roseanne, I respect all religions, and I think that religion in general is just a beautiful thing because it helps people connect with each other. And the only conflict is when people just try to impose other religions on other people, and that's where the conflict is. But other than that, as long as we respect each other and as long as we just respect each other's religion, I think everyone can live in a peaceful way.
And what's your idea about that matter, too, my dear?
Oh, like Roseanne said, I believe in like the Christian values. Like it's all about loving one another because without love, then like the earth would crumble. And religion, it's a touchy subject, but as long as everyone has respect and like tolerance towards one another, then I believe we can all live in harmony.
Yeah, I inserted that thing because with my experience and years of existence, may I say, religion has become a part of my life, and I found it helpful and it was an inspiration too. And that makes us deal with ourselves and with others with more respect, and in that there are no so much obstacles in your studies, and things will be okay, just okay, just okay. When things are low, turn to religion, and of course there's a creator there who helps all of us, irrespective of religion. So there you go. And now let's go to the next thing. And in the future, would you like to give to the community what the community has given you as you grow on your way, as you go on your studies? Would you like to do that? Will you start now?
Okay. Of course, the community has helped me in so many ways. It's helped my family, and family is really important to me, so of course I want to give back to the community. And also being the eldest of 6, like people are very important to me, the people are close to me. I want to set a good example and help the community in order to influence my siblings to help the community as well. And just want to give back to everyone.
Okay. Thank you for that. You are aware of your birth order. I am aware of my birth order too, and it stays with me maybe until I die. Being the eldest in the family, we find that kind of responsibility. And that holds true all the time, and I hope we will be successful.
Thank you.
Of course, I want to always give back to the community. I remember when I was still living in the Philippines, my mom, when she was just raising me, she was like, you know, God gave you this very precious gift in its life, and the best way to ever thank Him is to help out people in need. And that kind of stuck to me, so wherever I go, I'd always try to help out, and especially in Vallejo. I joined PYC, which is Filipino Youth Coalition in Vallejo, and that gave me so many opportunities just to show leadership. And knowing how much it could affect a person, I want to go back to Vallejo and become part of PYC once again, and just to be there to guide the teenagers that would be our next generation, and just give them the same opportunity that they had given me.
I don't know if I have heard that kind of statement in the past, but I don't see those graduates back yet visibly. And I hope I will live to the time that you will graduate and you will be the first batch to show the community that you are back a different person with more to share and giving back to the community what the community has given you prior to that. So, what would you say?
For me, growing up in the Philippines, like I said, I'm definitely more aware of the poverty that happened there. And so moving here, I just see how fortunate everyone is and how blessed we are in America. And it definitely gives me a drive to get others active as well in their community and want everyone to participate, because we're very fortunate, and it's not like they're in the Philippines where everyone's in squatters. You see someone like on the street, like every other street, not like houses of people just homeless. So I feel like there needs to be some cooperation there, and so I definitely want to be a part of that once I'm done with college, and even throughout college.
And that is melting your heart. And with that, you were talking about Philippines. Were you all born in the Philippines?
No, I wasn't born. I just moved there when I was 4, and I stayed.
Oh, I see. So
I
you had been staying in the Philippines for some time?
Yes.
All of you?
I was born and raised in the Philippines up until I was like 8.
What grade were you in when you came over?
In the Filipino system, I was going to be a second grader. And so going back here, I also was supposed to be in first grade, but they put me in second grade. That was good.
And you look at the Philippines with your heart, not just with your eyes, darlings.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see that in you, and to say that you are conscientious of those things. And were you born in the Philippines, Miley?
No, actually, I was born in Brunei, Darussalam, to Filipino parents, so I have the same ideals and values as any other Filipino.
Mm-hmm. And because of that, we'll talk about bilingualism. You know Tagalog, right? Natutuwa ako dahil sa maraming mga kabataan ang hindi marunong. Ngayon, kung ginamit ng mga magulang ninyo ng Tagalog sa inyong pananalita sa bahay, mainam kasi may bintahe, may pagkabutihan ng dalawang wika ang nalalaman. Kung 3, mas maganda pa. Kung 4, mas maganda pa. The more languages, the better. Kaya tuwang-tuwa ang mga ibang mga magulang na natuturuan ng mga anak nila ng Tagalog, na ginawa pala ninyo at magagamit yan hanggang kamatayan. Kasi nasa iyo na yan eh. And then, there are times when you think bilingual for a situation, and it's needed to be thinking bilingual at times, especially when you are in college, you will soon experience that. Now, with that bilingualism, did you find difficulty with people speaking the Tagalog language? Were you ridiculed for that? Did you ever find a situation like that in your school?
In Bethel, we're mostly our population's generally Filipino, so we're very lucky that we're not ridiculed. But I went to Berkeley for my orientation, and we actually talked about this topic. A lot of people, Filipinos especially, struggled because we are a really small minority in the country, and so they often they feel either ashamed to live out their culture, or they get racist or hurtful statements like "Where's the lumpia?" Whenever there's potlucks, and I feel like I don't know what that's like, because I've always been welcomed here, in Vallejo. It's welcoming to all cultures, but especially Filipinos. So.
I see. What can you say, Maggie?
Adding on to Roseanne's, Bethel was a lot Filipino, so there wasn't really any hateful remarks toward us. But I think in the real world, we're going to face that. So, and the best we can do is just ignore it, tolerate whoever that is, and
Same with what Mary and Roseanne said. Back at Hogan, the Filipino population at Hogan wasn't really that good either. We were all really mixed in, but at the same time, we had respect for every race. And back at Bethel, it was a majority of Filipinos, so you really felt at home. And my thing is, there was never a point in my life where I was ashamed to be Filipino, because people only get to see the stereotypes. But until you show them what real Filipinos are, what our culture is, and also understand where they come from and what their culture is, then that's where I think you find peace and harmony in all that.
Admirable.
Praise.
You did. Were you friends in campus?
Yes. We actually went to middle school together too.
Oh
my
gosh.
Yeah.
You go together in campus?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll together again, and you'll be together there again. So that is the point that we will work on after our interview, because there's a big task for you to do. Little as you are, but you think lofty and big, and that can be the turning point. And did you ever hear about home study? Did you ever like, or did you ever think of going to school via the computer at home? Did you ever do that? Or would you like to do that? There are people who study college at home and work some part of the day. Would you like to do that? Or what do you say, or what do you think about computer study at home? Start meditating.
Okay. Computer studies, it sounds interesting, but I think that the part that you'd be able to miss out on is social interaction and communication with like peers, with a professor, and just like interacting with the screen. It would give you a lot of knowledge, but you just don't get that kind of communication with another human being. So I wouldn't really want to try that.
So what do you say, Maggie?
I've had friends and family who've actually done home study because of circumstances so it was really helpful that they were able to have that resource. But for me, I'm like Mary said, I have to have that interaction because I need to be engaged in order for me to retain that kind of information. So I like being in a classroom. I like the setting. I enjoy that.
Social beings as we are.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like Roseanne, I did have some family members, and as well as my friends who did home study because of circumstances, or just because they want to try out. But personally, I'm a very social person, and I like to interact with people. I like hearing other people's ideas and getting to know other people. I'm not saying that just because you're staying at home and you're doing home studies doesn't mean like you get to interact with other people. It's just sometimes I see it as limiting at some points, but I don't think I'd ever try it.
How wonderful are your ideas. And I hope this interview, these words that you have uttered will serve as inspiration for other students. And one last thing, how do you plan to finance your studies? It's quite an amount. Did you have conferences with your parents and how to do that? And what one outstanding plan can you have to continue your studies? Start from you and then next and next. Just make it short. How did you plan to finance your studies?
Well, I have like scholarships and grants and student loans from the federal government and also from the state of California, so that's how most of it is going to be paid off, while the remaining will be paid through various scholarships from the local like chapters and stuff. And the remaining of that, either I'll have to work or my parents will, save up. And yeah.
Oh, I see. So next?
Actually, financially, it was really intimidating. That's why when I went into my senior year in high school, I didn't plan on going to university at all because my sisters always went to community just to save money, and then we transferred. So that was my plan. But when I found out I got into Berkeley, I knew it was too good of an opportunity to miss out on. And so, yeah, like Mary's plan, I applied for FAFSA and the grants and stuff and the scholarships. And for the rest, I know I can't rely on my parents because they're supporting other people too and my siblings. So I'm gonna have to take up loans and a lot of loans and hopefully work those out as I gain a career.
And conclude?
Yeah, like when I got accepted to UC Berkeley, it was too good to pass up. And my parents and I had this discussion too because I have a twin sister and she's gonna go to UC Davis, so the expense is like double for them. And what I did was I find some time in my busy schedule during senior year to just start filling up applications. I made a general resume and a general question and answer sheet just so that it would be easier for me to fill out scholarships. And it's just what it is about. It's finding time to get to start applying new scholarships. And I also can't rely on my parents too because I don't want to overbear them with the financial issues that they have, especially because my mom is a single parent and my dad doesn't really help at all. So what I plan on doing is just having a relaxed schedule to the point where I can get all my classes in and at the same time have like a small part-time job to help my mom help pay for that. And it's gonna be loans after loans after loans, but in the end it's gonna be really worth it.
Yes, I believe in that. I was a scholar myself. I got free university scholarship too. I was on my doctorate when I had to come over here, family first before my own self. I did not finish my dissertation, just 2 subjects away and the dissertation itself, which I thought I would finish in the United States and be graduate of the United States, Berkeley. But no, I didn't make it because I was working that time and have to ride over there. Oh no, it's too much. That is not what I need. It's only what I want. So disregard, prioritize. And this ends our interview for today. And ladies and gentlemen, parents that are outside, listen to these ladies that are very enthusiastic and very brilliant at that. And if ever you can do anything, even just prayers will do. And I know that you are also devoted enough to ask the Father Almighty, when the earthly Father God has given you cannot do much, we will manage, you will manage, and I hope to see you someday as you planned, as you dream to be. And Channel 27, Comcast, Channel 99, AT&T, Tuesdays and Fridays, 6:30 to 7 o'clock. Sharon Fox-Bent, our director and photographer, and yours truly, Lori Mawolo, as co-host. Call, if you have any suggestions, call Lori Mabolo or Sharon Fox-Bent, and we will be glad to entertain your inputs and feedbacks. We need that. And you need to see us too, to see these enthusiastic students. Bye.